8 signs that it's time to let go of a best friend. It's never easy to come to terms with the fact that a friendship is no longer working. We all want to believe that our friends will be with us through thick and thin, but sometimes it just isn't meant to be. The signs may not always be clear, and it's difficult to let go of something that was once so special. But if you recognize any of the following 8 signs in your relationship, it may be time to accept that it has run its course. Watch this video for more insight into knowing when it's time to call it quits with a best friend. Before we begin, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel because we upload new videos every day. Let's begin. Number 1. You're always the one initiating contact. The first sign that it may be time to let go of a best friend is if you find yourself always being the one who initiates contact. If your best friend never seems to initiate contact with you, it may be because they are no longer interested in maintaining the friendship. This can be hurtful, but it is important to remember that not all friendships are meant to last forever. It's okay to move on from a best friend if the friendship is no longer fulfilling for either of you. Number 2. They never have time for you. A best friend is someone who is always there for you, no matter what. But sometimes, even the best of friends can drift apart. If you find that your best friend is never around when you need them, it might be time to let go of the friendship. It's normal for friends to come and go throughout our lives. As we grow and change, our interests and commitments often change as well, and that's okay. It's not always easy to let go of a longtime friend, but sometimes it's necessary in order to move on and find new relationships that are more compatible with our current lifestyles. Number 3. Your conversations are always one-sided. It's important to have a best friend who is supportive and interested in hearing about your life, not someone who only talks about themselves. If you find yourself doing all the talking and never getting anything back, it might be time to move on. Number 4. You're always the one making sacrifices. It's not healthy to always be the one giving up your time, energy, and resources for someone else. If you feel like you're constantly being taken advantage of, it's time to have a talk with your friend. If they don't want to change the dynamic of your friendship, then it might be time to walk away. Number 5. They take you for granted. If your best friend starts taking you for granted, it might be time to let them go. If they start expecting you to always be available without ever reciprocating, it's not a healthy friendship. Friendships are supposed to be balanced, so it might be time to move on if yours starts feeling one-sided. Number 6. You've grown apart. When people in relationships drift apart, it can be difficult to get back on the same page. It's important to remember that communication is key and that spending quality time together can help bring back closeness. Be sure to talk about your feelings, listen to each other, and make time for activities you both enjoy. You can rekindle your bond and keep your relationship strong with patience and understanding. Number 7. You no longer have anything in common. It's not uncommon for friends to grow apart as they change and grow, but if you find that you have nothing left in common, it may be time to move on. It can be difficult to let go of a best friend, especially if you've been close for a long time. But if you find yourself constantly feeling like you're missing out on what's going on in their life because you have nothing in common anymore, it may be time to let go. Number 8. They constantly put you down. It can be difficult to realize that someone you care about is treating you poorly, but it's important to trust your gut and listen to what others might be saying about the situation. If multiple people are telling you that your best friend is putting you down, chances are they're right. Don't waste your time trying to fix the situation or change them. It's not worth it, and they probably won't change anyway. Just move on and find someone who will treat you the way you deserve to be treated. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking, subscribing, and clicking the bell icon.